Hey Flosstube, I'm Heather. Link is my homeboy. Today is Monday, April 6th, 2020. This is Flosstube number, hell if I know. It'll be in the title. This is my February and March update since I apparently decided to take a 2-month hiatus for no reason. So got plenty to talk about here. I don't have any notes with me, so I'm just going to wing it. I don't know when I've worked on stuff necessarily or how long or whatever, but I've got a big old stack of stuff and I'm just going to go through it with you. Life update. Quarantine day number 394. I don't know. I live in Indiana. The governor put us on quarantine or stay-at-home order or whatever you want to call it. They put us on that order mid-March, but we had already been doing it for at least 2 weeks prior to that. And then it was supposed to end today, I think, and then they extended it to May 1st, and who knows beyond that. So my husband was supposed to be going to WrestleMania this past weekend, and WrestleMania they altered it to where they weren't going to have it in Tampa Bay like they were supposed to, and they did it like 2 nights on Saturday and Sunday or something like that. I don't know, in their studio and stuff. So, but he was supposed to be out of town this past weekend, and that got canceled. So, I mean, first world problems, right? But it still kind of sucks because it was supposed to be his, like, vacation. He was going to go see a friend that lives down in Florida he hasn't seen in at least 5 years, probably longer. I can't honestly remember. And, you know, it was supposed to be his vacation away from the family and stuff, but just, I guess that's the new normal, things being canceled. For me, life is pretty much the same. My husband works at the post office, so he's essential, and he's been going to work. Me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so just not seeing family is kind of the biggest thing right now. But we live in a modern age, so FaceTime is always available and everything, but trying to explain to a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old that we can't go anywhere. I mean, they have literally not been out of the house in a month. So it's kind of nutty. And the weather's been kind of up and down here as it usually is towards the end of winter and beginning of spring. So today's a really nice day. We'll get outside later, but we've been cooped up in the house a little bit. It's starting to bother me a little bit. Supposed to have my monthly stitching meetup this past weekend, and of course that got canceled because social distancing and all that. And I'm a little more extroverted, I think, than a lot of stitchers might be, and so this is starting to get to me a little bit. Being stuck in the house and everything, and just not having the option to be able to go anywhere. So, but again, I'm doing it because I need to. I go to the grocery store and that's it. So, but yeah, now I've blathered on for 4 minutes about really nothing. So let's get into the stitching, since that's what you're here for. I know that I worked on this a little bit. This is, I think it's called Red Rowan Cupcake from Lola Lotta Stitch. I'll put it on the screen. On Etsy. I did this as like an impromptu birthday start last year. I like bought it, kitted up, whatever, that day. I don't know where it was last time you guys saw it, but there she is. I'm another couple of good days on this and it'd be done. But I just haven't, there's been so many other things like calling to me, I guess. Next up on my pile here, this is Night Walk Down from the Blue Flower. And I am doing a full color and cotton conversion. So there's This was my leap day start. So I started this on leap day. And I haven't gotten very much into it. I think I worked on it that day and maybe one other. Other things have been calling to me. This is being done on some 32 count Lugana in Changing Leaves from Under the Sea Fabrics. And okay, I need to not go 2 months without doing a video again because apparently I suck now. And there is my pathetic little start. The needle minder is from Ginger Stitch AU. It's Cusco's Poison. Poison for Cusco. Cusco's Poison. That poison? Yes. Next up, I don't have a picture of this one, but it's also another Lola Lotta. It's a sunflower, and I'm doing this for the Stitches for Amelie hashtag. Cross Stitch Inchy started it. I don't remember what date it started, and then it ended like on her daughter Amelie's birthday or something like that. Which was, again, I don't remember the date because I really wasn't prepared for this. But it's supposed to be a sunflower because she said stitch on something blue or sunflowers because Amelie's favorite color is blue and sunflowers are her favorite flower. So I've got this piece of blue and green Ada that I believe Carrie of House of Floss and Fluff dyed. I think it's a 14 count Ada. And I got like a little bit of yellow done. And then I've got my my Sunflower Dragon from Agnes Little Minders. Everything I talk about will be linked down below. Next up here, we have Needles Dance, which is a collaboration from Hands On Design, Ink Circles, and Summer House Stitchworks from Market 2019. I had originally, okay, so the fabric that came, like, it was a kit. The fabric that came with it was awful. It was really, really stiff. And so I had started it on a piece of 36 count Nightshade linen from Color and Cotton. And I miscounted and got frustrated. So I switched to a piece of 28 count Lugana. I think this might be Lugana. Oh, it's a 28 count. It's 28 count even weave that came in my Christmas box or Christmas package from Most Sale. And I decided to do 1/1. I changed it to 1/1. It's going to be tiny. It's going to be adorable. So, and this is the called for flosses. Because it was a kit. I just didn't use the fabric because it was awful. Next up, market release this year, Strutting Tom from Lindy Stitches. I got the kit. And that's how far I've gotten into him. This is a even weave of some sort. I don't know what color or what brand or whatever. I think it's a 32 count though. Next up, Sleepy Hollow from Tiny Modernist. This was a Sal last year, 2019. And there we go. So the top section, the first release is done. The second release is done with the exception of like, there's like a couple of stars that go through here. I haven't done those. And I think there's some back stitching on this tombstone over here, or one of these ones over here. And then the third section there is the witches. And then the fourth section, I haven't even finished the border on that one. So, and this is 32 count Lugana in Vampiric from Under the Sea Fabrics. The Moon Needle Minder came from Abby Top Knot Stitcher. The tombstone came from Barefoot Needle Arts, which is Amy and Memory Baker. Next up, I don't have images for these, so I'll put them on the screen. There's 2 freebies that Barbara Anna Designs released as part of the Be Well and Stitch movement, Be Well and Stitch hashtag on Instagram. A bunch of designers, and not even designers, have put out freebie charts that say Be Well and Stitch, or, you know, something like that, as a way to help kind of cope through this COVID madness. So this one is called The Light, or Light, and it's a fox in a dress holding a lantern. I'm doing this on a piece of, I think it's 16 count, some sort of gray Ada. Needle minder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was the charity needle minder she did. Just got it like last week. There was a delay in production and stuff like that. So they just went out recently. So, and then also here is the other freebie. This is called The Key from Barbara Anna Designs. And of course I'm doing my own color conversion here. I'm doing this on a piece of, I want to say this is like 16 count, like baby pink Ada. And the key is done in Etoile. Needle minder is from Ginger Stitch AU. Next up here, this is I think this is a new start since I last saw you guys. Atlantis from Owl Forest Embroidery. And I kind of rigged up something here with the loops and threads frames, the ones you get at Michael's. So it's kind of, I kind of turned it into a scroll frame kind of deal. But anyway, and I had to start at the middle because the margins are shitty on this. So I've got the big old jelly boy there done. And little bitty jelly boy and some fishies, and I'm using the kit floss. So the jelly is white with like a little bit of light blue in it. Oh, there we go. You can see it there, I think. So needle minders also came with the kit. It's a little bit awkward to work on this one just because of like how I stitch and everything like that. And I don't have a Lowry stand or anything like that. But I do enjoy stitching on it. So next up here is one of the yearly sales I'm doing. This is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Animal Almanac. Last time you guys saw this, I had just finished January, and I've got February, March, and April done. So January was Aurora the Penguin. February is Rennie the Fox. March was Leap the Frog. And April is Posy the Bunny. So this is done on a piece of 32 count Lugana in Witch's Brew from Mystic Fabrics. This needle minder came from Lolly of Lollipop Stitches. I have absolutely no idea where I got the donut eating unicorn, but it's cute. So I figured cute animal project needs cute animal needle minders. And I'm using all the called for colors on that one. And last but certainly not least whip here that I've worked on is the Kaluna Brightburns catalog for Witches Familiars from Ingleside Imaginarium. Last time you guys saw it, I had the cat done, which was January. And then in February we have the hare. March we have a crow or a raven. I can't remember exactly which one it is. And then this is April. It's going to be a toad. So I changed up in this one. I did the back stitching for the stems of the flowers and stuff. I did those in some greens. Still undecided if I'm putting the names in there or not. And then in March here, the only change I made here was instead of back stitching the bow, I actually tied a bow and tacked it down because I'm extra like that. It took me like 20 minutes to do that. And I think for this one, there's supposed to be like some swirls coming out of the pond. And I think I'm going to do those in some metallic to give it a little bit of sparkle. Cat needle minder came from Abby Top Knot Stitcher. Not sure where I got this one. I know I got it at StitchCon, but I don't know who from. And this is done on 32 count Lugana in Monet from Picture This Plus. And I made a boo-boo on this. So there's only supposed to be one line separating each of the sections here, and I accidentally did two. And by the time I realized, I was already like halfway through the bird, and so I was like, well, I guess it's just going to be two. so I'm doing two in between each row now. That's okay. Minor issues. And then I do have some finishes. I also have, I think a couple of these are starts and finishes since I've seen you last. First off, I finished my whale from Alforst Embroidery. I don't remember if I showed you this last time or not, but you can see it again if you did. This is on 32 count opalescent Lugana in a Big Sky from Mystic Fabrics. I'm trying to show the sparklies. And I did absolutely none of the called for colors. The dark brown is a Victorian motto. The yellow is a Victorian motto. The red is a color in cotton. The blue and the tan color here are Silks for You. The green is a Mad X Stitcher. And then the gray that has like little tones of pink in it, that is a Most Sale. And for this one, I'd like to get it framed in something with like some gray driftwood kind of frame, since it's, you know, on the ocean and everything. And then I also, and this is on the other half of the big opalescent Big Sky from Mystic Fabrics. This is Barbara Anna Designs A Pearl from the Sea. Some called for colors, but also a lot non. So the flamingo's body is done in Flamingo from Color and Cotton, which is my favorite floss color. I tried to give the mermaid a tan and it came out a little darker, but that's okay. I use metallic on the key there. The hair is a Most Sale. I think I used a Victorian motto and a couple of Color and Cottons. I don't remember exactly what all I did. And this is, this is obviously done to be, made to be framed in a hoop. I'm not a huge fan of hoop finishes, but I'm thinking if I put it in a hoop and then put some sort of trim on the hoop, I might like it better. There we go. These next two are starts and finishes, I believe. This one is, which way does it go? I'm not sure which way it goes. I don't know. This is Penelope's Posies from Lindy Stitches. This was a market release as a kit at Market 2019, and I regretted not getting it. Well, then Jaffe, Climbing Stitcher on Instagram, she found that Fire Poppies still had some of the kits, so I purchased the kit, got it all stitched up. It gets finished into came with all the stuff. So there's the backing fabric, and then there's some pins, and there's ribbon, and there's a little charm that goes on it. So, but I'm gonna have to get someone to finish that one because Mama don't sew. And I also started and finished Count Twice, Stitch Once by Primitive Hair. I believe this was a kit, an exclusive kit at Market 2018. And a kind friend let me borrow the pattern because I didn't want the kit. And I used all my own. I believe this color is a color in cotton. This color is a color in cotton. This is gassed, I think. I used a black Petite Treasure braid for the needle and the crown. And I put a little bead on there as the jewel because it's not going to focus. But, and then there were words on it, but I don't want to do those. So, but yeah, I love him. And then I also stitched, this is from Darling and Whimsy Designs. This is called Be Happy. This is stitched on a piece of, I think it's 14 count Aida. I think this is also one from Carrie of House of Floss and Fluff. It's finished on here very crooked because I got interrupted in the middle of doing it and then didn't do it right. I don't know if I can fix it. If not, I'm just, maybe some trim will kind of help with it. But it is, I did some of the called for DMCs and then I made a few changes to it. But I need to, what I'm going to do, because he is the first in a series. Oops. He's going to be the first in a series that Deanna's doing. And so I want to do kind of a Priscilla and Chelsea finish with like magnets and stuff. So I don't have, this is just a piece of matting that I cut. But I want to, I found this little thing at Target and I think I want to just have it be able to be changed out. Put the magnet and the washers or whatever on here and change it out. Because she said it's supposed to be like a seasonal thing or whatever. So I love it. Very cute. So I think that's everything I worked on. If there's something that I missed, check my Instagram because I have been updating that regularly. Usually every day, but I don't know. That seems like a lot for 2 months, but who knows. A little bit of haul and some plans. And then we should be done here. So 2 months of fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics. This is Reflection. I get the 32 count Lugana. And this is, I'm going to use this for the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Chinese Zodiac Cell. And I got the needle minder for that one. Because look at him. It smells so good. Because it's laser cut wood. So it's got that burnt wood smell. I'm weird. Whatever. And then here is my next fabric of the month. Trying to get a good... There we go. This is called Adobe. It's like a orangish with like a little undertone of brown. Don't know what I'm going to use this one for yet, but that's okay. It'll come to me. It'll come to me when it does. I picked up a couple of grab bags from Color and Cotton the other day. And only one of them has a name, but these are fun. I love this color. It is like painfully neon pink. This one's called Garnet. That's the only one that has a name. The rest of them do not. Which is fine. No big deal. There's a few in here though that I like. They look similar to colors I already have, so I might know what color they are. Like I think this one might be brass and I think this one might be rose gold. But I don't know for sure. And then just today actually McKenna of Stitching and Sequins had done a live sale on her on her Flosstube for the attic. And I picked up a couple of things here. So this is the work basket. This is Perky Peacock. Look at that. Look at that bird. I love it. I love it. Disco Turkey. Station Ash Primitives. P-Roy. P-Roy? Is it P-Roy? Is it Percy? I don't know what it is. Because I think, I want to say she was saying Percy, but it looks like P-Roy. Yeah, it's P-Roy. But little sluggy friend. And also Station Ash Primitives. Guided by Virtue's sewing purse. I probably will not turn it into a purse, but I don't know. I just really love that ship and the flowers on either side. So I don't know if I'll do the words or the date on it, but I don't know. I liked it. So, oh, and I got my just cross stitch. I just flung paper at my camera. You know, whatever. Just cross stitch. This one was a little bit of a dud. There's only a couple of things on like I would actually stitch in here. I won't do a flip through, but I'll show you the ones that. My hair's getting stuck in my necklace. Show you the ones that I plan to stitch. These three right here, I like. This one right here, I like. And I like this one. That's it. But that's okay. That's a chance you take, I guess, with having a subscription. But, you know, I'll get to them eventually. It's not like I don't have plenty of things to stitch. So, that brings me into plans. So, other than staying caught up on my sales, I don't have much plan. Like, I'm not trying to do any goals or anything like that because in all this time of uncertainty, I'm just kind of going where my stitchy bug is allowing me to. So if it's a new start, if it's a finish, if it's focusing on something, then great. Other than I'm still motivated to keep up on my sales. So usually the first like 6, 7, 8 days of the month are the sales, which once I start the Chinese Zodiac one, then I'll have like the first like 5 or 6 days for Animal Almanac and Familiars, and then the 15th of each month is when the Chinese Zodiac is coming out. And so I'll have like a few days after my first 2 sales before the next one goes up. Let's see if I can keep caught up on it though. But I'm just kind of going with the flow, you know, stitching whatever is calling to me. I had asked on Instagram if people were interested in any sort of stash dive videos, and if you wanted me to do them, would you prefer like a movie style video or shorter videos and break it up? And the overwhelming majority said to do separate videos. So my plan is to get a fabric video, a floss video, and a pattern video recorded and released like 1 per week. So this video, I wanted to do this video last week, but just things, that's it. So I should have one of those videos for you later this week. Then we'll do a video next week and the week after. Then the last week of April, I am planning to do a Mania, like a pre-Mania video to show you guys exactly what I'm going to be doing for Mania, for my Mania plans, because I did finish kitting them up. And then I'll do another update video at the beginning of May for my April follow-up. And so you guys should be getting a video from me like every week for the next like 5 weeks. If I can manage to get them done and edited and things like that. So, but otherwise, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is washing their hands and staying home as much as possible. Thank you so much to any of our frontline workers, anybody who's in the grocery stores, anybody who is working in some sort of food service that is still providing food to people. Thank you, of course, thank you to the doctors and the nurses and all the medical staff that is still on the front lines for all of this, and who have taken on more than they expected, I'm sure. So thank you to everyone. And I'll see you guys probably in a few more days. So happy stitching. Bye.